My friends, how are you? It's great to see you for yet another video. And is it just me, or does anybody else feel like we live in an insane asylum at this point? Because this whole entire country has gone insane. And I want to talk today about something I touched on a little bit in yesterday's video and figured, you know what? I can actually get a video out of that. And this is a self-inflicted wound from the Trump regime, where they have yet again made another mistake. Can you believe it? These guys aren't known for screwing up. Yeah, they are. They're always screwing something up. But the Trump regime has made yet another mistake, and now they are asking people with medical issues or disabilities to solve the problem for them, my friends. And boy, howdy, do we have to talk about that. So that's some pretty interesting stuff. You remember it wasn't that long ago that a bunch of jackasses in red hats were screaming about how everyone was taking their jobs. They come to this country and they take our jobs, and it's all their fault that our life didn't go the way that we wanted it to. It's because people from other countries are taking up all the good produce picking jobs, and that's really fucking up my life. You guys remember that? It wasn't too long ago. And you know what? I want to be honest with you. Well, I don't know why I'm saying I want to be honest with you. We all know this is really how this works. The entire Republican Party, the MAGA movement, all of those fucking dorks, they basically thrive off of fear, right? Like, give their people an enemy, give them something to be mad about, tell their base that it's that person that's making their lives miserable, and then they never have to fix the fuck-ups that they actually make for the American people. Because the Republican Party is not for the working class Americans, my friends. They've been robbing us blind for at least as long as I've been alive, but I don't know, could be fucking longer. I don't imagine a whole lot has changed, right? But anyways, they make up these imaginary things for their base to be mad at, blame them, and then they never have to actually govern in this fucking country. And obviously we've seen that for a lot of years, my friends. The Mexicans are taking our jobs. Lately it's been transgender. I don't know what the transgender community is doing to them specifically. Like, I want to say that they were going off for a little while about using bathrooms and shit like that. And what we know now is because that's the Republican Party is full of actual fucking perverts, and that's why they think that way. Because for me and you, my friends, us normal, well-adjusted people, when we go to the bathroom, I don't know about you. Look, I can't speak for you. I can only think for me, or speak for me. I don't think of perverted shit when I gotta take a dump, right? Or when I really gotta take a piss. That's what I'm super focused on. But as we know, members of the Republican Party cannot just go use the bathroom without some filthy fucking thought going through their heads. They're fucking weird, my friends. I don't know why they're so goddamn weird. And we know that to be true because don't think I forgot, my friends. Donald Trump is all over the Epstein file, and you've got a bunch of fucking clowns out here just tripping over themselves, trying to figure out how they're going to defend this and how they're going to make this sound good. Well, you're all a bunch of perverts. I mean, you can't make it sound good, I guess. You can just, I don't know, I can't say accept it. Y'all are fucking weird is what I'm trying to tell you. But of course the transgender community had put all the bathrooms in America under assault, which wasn't even an issue. What the fuck are we even talking about? But anyways, back to the point. The Mexicans were taking all the jobs, my friends, and that's how you how do I say this? The vast majority of the Republican Party are a bunch of lazy, unmotivated shitheads that would rather blame someone or something else for their problems instead of taking action needed to improve their situation. Now, don't get me wrong here. America is 100% tilted against the working class, and it's really hard for us to dig ourselves out of the fucking hole we were born in. But there is a difference between blaming everyone else for your problems and doing your best to fix your problems. And you may get your ass kicked sometimes, my friends. You may lose at whatever it is you're trying to do, but that's okay. You get up and you try again, or you blame someone else and you register as a Republican and you blame someone else. Anyways, we know the boogeyman exists, right? We know that they always have a boogeyman that they're upset about. Well, coming into this administration, Donald Trump, part of what he ran on was mass deportations. We're gonna deport everyone, and that's going to bring jobs back to America. So they did, and it's absolutely frightening that ICE is running all over this country like a bunch of fucking lunatics. It's a crazy thing we got going on here, and I don't want to take away from the gravity of that situation. This is almost Nazi Germany type of shit, where they're running around the country rounding up people, and they're even rounding up people that are legally allowed to be in America, sending them off to concentration camps, lying about sending that person off to a concentration camp, refusing to bring them back for a long time, and then when they do finally bring them back to America, they hit them with a bunch of fake charges and say, look, they've been doing all these crimes all along, because they won't just admit they were wrong, and they won't just admit that they're fucking Nazis. That's the world we live in, my friends. So I don't want to take away from the gravity of that situation. But Donald Trump and his administration, through all of their fuck-ups that they keep committing, are trying to find ways to fix the problems, right? As a truck driver, I have given this example quite a few times now. Because Donald Trump is breaking the fucking supply chain with all of his tariffs, one of the things they decided to do as far as trucking goes is do an executive order mandating that all truck drivers are proficient in English, and if they get pulled into a weigh station and tested on that they could be placed out of service. And there's probably worse than that. ICE probably shows up, they get detained, they get arrested, and off to fucking El Salvador or Alligator Alcatraz or what have you. And the reason that I believe that the Trump administration did that was because they knew with the broken supply chain and all the truck drivers that were going to lose jobs, they could take it out on their old nemesis, somebody with brown skin, and blame them for the problem that the Trump regime has created. And it was done just to mitigate sort of the damage that the truck drivers were going to face, right? Well, now we've got this thing going on at the farms, right? We're heading into harvest season here now, and the Trump regime has deported or intimidated or scared or any number of things the workforce that goes out for us and picks that produce for us every year that keeps Americans fed. Now, I want to be clear here, okay? I don't necessarily support that system, but for a different fucking reason. I've said it before, and I feel like sometimes I'm not clear enough. You could obviously make the case that that is exploitation of people, other people. We know that they may not have legal status in America, may not, but they might. It's hard to say. I don't know everybody's individual situation. And we know that we could take advantage of them by paying them much, much lower wages than we would pay an American to go out and do really, really fucking hard work that American doesn't want to do. If we were to get rid of that system in America because we were tired of exploiting people and letting rich people get away with not paying people, I would probably support that, right? But the system is in place. It does exist. It is what it is. That's kind of the world we live in, all right? America's never had its hands clean, my friends. This has always been since the white people showed up on the boats, and I'm allowed to say it. I'm one of the white people, my friends. Once they got their grimy hands all over this pristine country, it's kind of went to shit since then. I don't know what it was like before that, but we haven't improved the situation. I promise you that. We have not made this better. We throw up concrete and Starbucks everywhere and say, look, we did better. I'm not sure I'm fucking buying it, my friends. I don't know that it's better. I don't believe that it fucking is, okay? Anyways, fucking, you got all these dorks in red hats that do nothing to improve their own fucking lives, blame everyone else for their problems, screaming about how their jobs have been stolen from them. Donald Trump taps into that, gets people to vote for him because, well, Donald Trump's a lazy son of a bitch too, and lazy sons of bitches are able to effectively communicate with other lazy sons of bitches, my friends. So they come in and they get everybody out of the farms, right? And then a mysterious thing happens. All the farm labor is gone, and then a shocking thing happens, my friends. All these dorks in red hats that said their job was stolen, they are not lining up. They are not lining up to go do that job. They are not out there in the fields doing this work. what in tarnation is going on, my friends? That doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense now, does it? And Donald Trump and his administration realize they've made a mistake, because now America could be facing food shortages. Food is a major export from America. Maybe not so much these days. Other countries are going elsewhere, but we need food. We need to eat. We don't have the labor to do it. The big farms, the ones ran by very wealthy people, the Nationwide, I'm sure they have a name for them, but I don't know what the fuck it is. But you've got very wealthy people sitting at the top going, what the fuck is happening to my business? What is going on? And then Donald Trump starts to respond, because he don't like bankrupting rich people. He likes bankrupting us in favor of the rich people. He likes it when rich people have the little bit of money that we have, my friends. That's what really, really gets him off, right? He fucking loves that shit, right? So now they're faced with this this shortage of labor in the fields. So as we know, I'm trying to put this all together for us, because this is so fucking absurd. As we know, the big beautiful bill recently passed, and it's a big pile of steaming shit, my friends, where it takes away healthcare to millions of Americans, SNAP benefits. No tax on tips and no tax on overtime are barely real. They're like kind of there, but like it's real hard to see. It's not the benefit that anybody thought it was going to be to working class Americans. The people that are falling for it are dumb, is what I mean to say. They're fucking dumb. There was no benefit to the everyday working class American. And one of the things they are wanting to do with it, or it's in the bill, is work requirements for people on Medicaid. Okay, if you can sit there and be a leech to the system, then you can go out there and you can get a job. And of course we've got the wrinkly ass old GOP saying, well, it's just a bunch of people that sit around and play video games that are collecting Medicaid. What the fuck are they talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I can't believe, because this whole video game argument has been going on like since I was a kid. The Atari was out, of course. The Nintendo came out when I was very young, and ever since then, a bunch of shitheads that couldn't just bring themselves to enjoy a fucking video game for some reason have been vilifying video games for a long fucking time, right? And now they're saying that the people that collect Medicaid are just a bunch of lazy 20-year-olds that sit in their mom's basement and they play video games. These motherfuckers drive me nuts with this shit. Let me tell you something, my friends, and it sucks that it has to come out on a video like this, but I am going to tell you guys something shocking about me, something that is going to floor you, and I hope you forgive me for what I'm about to tell you, but it has to come out before somebody else tells you. I fucking love video games. I play the shit out of video games. I do. What else am I gonna do? I'm in this goddamn truck all day by myself. Once the day's over, the reality, I could sit here and not play a video game and face the reality of I live in a box for a fucking, this is my life right here, and I close these curtains so I don't have to see other fucking people, and I could sit here and dwell on that all fucking night, or I could turn on a video game and be the hero of my own story and just leave this planet behind for a fucking while, instead of just laying here and going, well, tomorrow I do the same fucking thing over and over again. And now that I've confessed to you, my friends, that I play video games, there's something you need to know about that. I work more than these motherfuckers work in their fucking lives, all of them. Every one of them. Donald Trump could not do my fucking job. MAGA Mike Johnson could not do my fucking job. Every one of those shitheads that wants to sit there and vilify somebody for playing a fucking video game would not last a 70-hour work week in this truck the way I do. Sweating your ass off outside, fucking some days you can't get a shower. Oh, and bathroom emergencies are quite the fucking situation out here too. And you have the balls to tell me that somebody that plays video games is fucking lazy, right? Assholes, my friends. Fuck them. Fuck them is what I say. That's what I say. Let me try to recollect my thoughts here. Oh, okay, they're doing this with absolutely no fucking data, my friends. None whatsoever. They're just saying it. They're just saying, look, first it was the Mexicans, then it was the gay people, then it was the transgender community. Now it's the gamers? Are you shitting me? We're just going down the fucking list, which I should have expected, my friends. Of course we're going down the list, but now we are getting out in the fucking weeds, aren't we? We're way over here going, I heard that guy played video games, the lazy fuck. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, shut up. Shut the fuck up. But they're doing it with no data. They're not actually confirming that this is true, because that's what the Republican Party does. They have never ever worried about if shit was true when it comes out of their fucking mouths. So in case I wasn't clear, I feel like I was clear, but I forgot what I said. I got a little worked up about the video games. What they want is the people that are on Medicaid to go out in the fields and pick the fucking produce, my friends, because now there's this labor shortage and they think that's the solution. They think that's the answer. Let's get somebody out there, little Timmy in his wheelchair, you know, out there in the field, you know, picking produce. Drag your oxygen tank along. Come along with me, right? Come out here and pick. They're going to get people killed. And that's not a deterrent to the Trump regime. They love killing Americans. So I don't know why I just said that like it was a shocking thing. Guys, they're gonna get people killed. You know how many fucking GOP politicians, if they're watching this and heard me say that, just got an erection? We're gonna get people killed? Fuck, we didn't even think about that. That's exciting. That's good shit. So yeah, that wasn't a very good point by me now, was it? Because they fucking love killing Americans. It's just such a weird thing, because when I think about all this stuff, my friends, I think about my life and the people around me that I've known through my life, and I don't vote for just me. Like, I would love to find the candidate that like fixes all my problems, but at the same time doesn't attack other people to do it. That would be fantastic. But I don't vote for just me. I vote for how it affects the women in my life. That's a big thing, right? Because there's too many men out there selling out their own wives and daughters so they can be part of the club with their bros. I don't fucking know, dudes. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I've thought about this before. I'm gonna tell you guys another really shocking thing about me. You're gonna kind of like this one, I think. You may hate me by the time I'm done with this one. So years ago, I'd say 20 plus years ago, I had kind of fallen for a girl with cerebral palsy. This is not a joke. I'm not like doing this to like fuck with people. She was cute as hell. She was such a good person, and we had a great relationship years and years ago, my friends. And she was a really funny person. I hate that I'm telling you guys this story, but I'm trying to make it relate to like my real life. I used to call her 50 Cent because she walked with a limp. Get it? Yeah. And then we worked at a Walmart together years ago, and she would kind of follow me around while I was working and like talk to me and stuff. And I'm kind of a fast walker, and well, she wasn't. She wasn't a fast walker at all. But she always called herself Hop Along Johnny when she was following me around the store. And it was cute. It was adorable. And she was a really great person. Honestly, we just kind of went separate ways in life years ago. It was fucking bizarre. Every once in a while we still chat. It's very rare, but every once in a while. But when I think about stuff like this, now we want people that are on disabilities or disability or Medicaid or whatever, while we're calling them video game players and accusing video games of being the problem, they're actual fucking people on the other side of this, my friends. They're fucking people that may have a bum leg, right? Or got back problems or got breathing issues, what have you. Whatever it is, they are people in need. And that's the fucking point. And this is coming from the branch of our political system here in America that claims to be Christians even. Isn't that fucking bizarre? Isn't that strange? I don't see how they consider this to be a solution to the fucking problem. It's not a solution to the problem at all, unless their goal is to kill more Americans. Then it 100% is going to do that. It's not going to get the produce picked. It's not going to solve a food shortage in America. It's not going to do anything to get angry MAGA dorks their jobs back. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all bullshit, every bit of it. And I cannot believe that is the solution they came up with, my friends. Isn't that fucking insane? And then they call everyone else lazy. I don't know. Anyways, gotta get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.